Welcome back after a short break. Now now we will study the third angle projection method. Now in the video we had continued the video. We will see the continuation of this video. We will see the third angle projection method. In this case, the object is kept in the third quadrant. This upper portion, this upper plane is said to be as horizontal plane. This plane is said to be as vertical plane. So in the third quadrant, the object is kept below the horizontal plane and behind the vertical plane. This is a symbol of the third angle projection method, and it is the first angle projection method. It is here it shows the object is above the horizontal plane and in front of vertical plane in the case of first angle projection method, which is in the first quadrant. It is a front view. Here in this case, the object in the third quadrant is kept below the horizontal plane and behind the vertical plane. Now in the third quadrant, the observer has to see from the front view by keeping the vertical plane in the transparent form. So it is the vertical plane which is kept transparent, and the observer observes the front view. When the observer observes the front view, when the observer observes the front view will observe on the vertical plane. In the case of the first quadrant, the vertical plane should always keep in the above the XY line. Okay, now we will see some examples, some related examples of the orthographic projections. In this figure is said to be as the pictorial view of an object. It is said it is the front. When an observer sees in this direction, it is the front view. When we see from the top, it is the top view, and we see from the side, it is the side view. One by one we will study the different orthographic projections related to the different views. Okay, this arrow indicates the front view. Now we will see the orthographic projections of this front view. As shown in the figure, this portion, which is pink in color, can be observed from the front view. So the projection of the front view up to this portion, which is pink in color, can be seen clearly. As we see further from the front view, this portion, which is red in color, this portion which is red in color, which can be easily seen from the front view. In the projection, it is the projection of the front view, orthographic projection of the front view. This front view, the orthographic projections can be done by using the projectors. These are the projectors which always perpendicular to the corner points of the object, of the 3D object. Now we will consider the top view. In the case of the top view, we will observe this L shape. First of all, we will observe this L shape. Then from the top view, we will observe this step, this first rectangular portion. As we see below, it is the second rectangular portion that can be observed from the top view. In the first angle projection method, the top view will always comes below the XY line, means below the object. It is the top view. It is a L shape in the orthographic projection of the top view. It is L shape which can be seen clearly in the when we see the object from the top view. This green color shape, the first rectangular shape and second rectangular shape, which is in the same line when we observe from the top view. As we see the side view, it is the side view. In the case of side view, initially we can observe this L shape object, the channel object. Then after we can see this rectangular shape from the side view, this rectangular shape, and then after we can see this shape when we see from the side. We will see the orthographic projection of the side view. It is the orthographic projection. In this case it is the channel shape of the 3D object when we observe from the side view, this, and this rectangular shape. This rectangular shape is the projection of this 3D object, this shape 3D object, and the upper portion rectangular shape is the projection of this object in the 3D object. It is the side view. Now we will see the orthographic projections of this 3D object by considering the first angle projection method. First of all, we will draw the XY line. Above the XY line we will draw the front view. As we had seen in this form, it is a front view that will be drawn above the XY line. Now we will draw the projectors to draw the top view. The top view will be drawn below the XY line, and we will extend the projectors of the front view in the right hand direction, and we will draw the side view which is parallel to the front view. The side view will always drawn by the combination of the projector of both front view and top view also. If you want to draw the projectors of the top view, then we have to take the 45-degree line from the XY line. We have to take the 45-degree line from the XY line, extend the projectors up to the 45-degree inclined line in the horizontal direction, which intersects with the XY with the 45-degree line, and the intersection point, the lines from the intersection point will be extended vertically upward direction, so that the projectors of the top view and front view, by the combination we can able to get the side view above the XY line. So it is the first figure for the orthographic, to draw the orthographic projections. Now we will consider the second figure. It is the second 3D object of this object. First of all, we will consider the front view. In the case of front view, we will observe this rectangle from the front view. Then after, as we see in the downward direction, this is the second rectangle that can be observed from the front view. As you see below, this is the third rectangle, that is the base. It is the third rectangle that can be observed from the front views. Now we will see the orthographic projection. So this is the projection of the front view. It is the first rectangle, as we see in the 3D object. It is the second rectangle. It is the second rectangle, as we can see in the pictorial view, this rectangle. And this orthographic projection of this rectangle, of this shape, is in the 3D object of this portion. This line of the rectangle merge on the base of the rectangle. This is the base of the rectangle. It is merged because, as we can see, that these lines come downward in the downward direction for this third rectangle. So it will come in the middle or at some desired dimensions in this rectangle. Now we will consider the top view of this pictorial view. In the top view, as you see in the figure, we will observe this rectangle, this smaller rectangle, then after this rectangle. It is not a rectangle, but it is a particular shape that will become the base when we see from the top view. We will take the orthographic projection by considering the projectors from the corner points. This is the first rectangle. It is the orthographic projection of this part of pictorial view of this part of 3D object, and it is the base. This base is similar to the 3D object as we can see from the top view. Now the new thing, it is the hidden line. The hidden line, it can be drawn when we see the object which is hidden. For example, when we see the top view, then the base point, this extra portion or the hidden portion cannot be seen. It is invisible from the top view. That is drawn by the hidden lines. Now we will see the orthographic projection in the first angle projection method. Now side view, the yellow portion. First of all, the yellow portion, as we can see in the 3D object, we will see observed as a side view, plus this line, this line, and the line below the base, that is this line can be observed, which completes the whole line for the case of the side view. Orthographic projection, same. The top front view will come above XY line. From the front view we will draw the projectors of all the corner points of all the lines of the front view, and we will draw the top view by considering the pictorial view of an object. Now we will draw the 45 degree inclined line, 45 degree inclined line by taking the point at some angle, by taking a point at some angle in the XY line. Draw the horizontal projection up to the 45 degree line. Extend this projection from the 45 degree line in the upward direction. Same, draw the horizontal projection from the front view in the horizontal direction. So we will get the side view of this object. It is a simple method to draw the orthographic projection for the first angle projection method. It is a left hand side view. Now we will consider the third example. Now as we can see in the figure, first of all, when we see the front view of this object, this is the pink color that is easily visible from the front view. Then after, when we see further, as we see in the pictorial view, it is the gap, means there is no any material in this portion. So as we see, when we see from the front view, this object is hidden, means it will come in the dotted line. As we see in the front view, see this pink portion will come in the full line in the orthographic projection, and the object, this hidden object from the front view is invisible. So this line, this vertical line will be drawn as a dotted line, which is invisible. Now when we consider the top view, this C channel from the top view is easily visible. As we see in the downward direction, this rectangle of greenish color is easily visible. Furthermore, as we go in the downward direction, this first rectangle and the second portion of this rectangle is easily visible. As we can see in the pictorial view, there is some channel in the downward direction which is of slot shape. It is a slot, means there is a slot in the downward direction which is invisible from the top view, which will come as a hidden line in the orthographic projection. See, it is a C channel starting from this point, this line, and completed to this line. It is a C channel. Then this rectangular object will come as a full line when we sketch the projectors of this object. Then after, this rectangular portion, it is in this direction. this line of the C channel and this line of the rectangle will come in the straight line when we see from the top view. This is a straight line of this C channel on this rectangle. Similarly, this line of the C channel and this line of the rectangle when we see from the top view will always come in the straight line. It will always come as a straight line. Same process, this line of the pictorial view and this line of the rectangle in the pictorial view will always come in the with parallel to each other. This line and this line comes parallel to each other in one direction and another direction respectively. This is the parallel lines when we see from the top view. Now considering the dotted line, this dotted line is the line of this portion of the slot in the downward direction of the pictorial view, and same this dotted line and this is the slot when we see from the top view, which is hidden from the top view. The dotted line will not come in this portion. Why? Because there is no any material in this portion. There is no any material in this portion. So the portion in this in this portion, no lines, no hidden, no full lines will be observed. So it will kept blank as a portion. It is a top view. Now consider the side view. In the side view, as we see from the this portion will be easily visible. This portion will be easily visible, and same this portion of the rectangular shape will be easily visible. But when we consider the slot will